I was talking to somebody the other day about Thanksgiving Eve. People used to go out in that analog, dial-up, weird millennial world. People used to go out and they used to go to a bar with their friends when they came home from college. And I went to community college, so I didn't go anywhere. And Thanksgiving Eve, people would come out, they'd get really drunk and really fucked up, and they'd see all the people that they knew. And then they would realize they couldn't really be friends with those people anymore because something had changed. And what changed was time. Time, even that little bit of it, from graduating from prom and graduation to November, which is, basically 6 months, even that has just, now you're at a distance from people that you were close to. And that experience was an important experience, going back and seeing someone, you go, oh, we're kind of tight. Oh, I was going to visit you. Yeah, I was going to visit you. And then nobody visits anybody. Or people do. People will occasionally. But it's the beginning of this, it's the beginning of you growing up. And that's an important thing people don't do now. They don't really go out some people do. But people don't go out like that and have that experience where they would see people on Thanksgiving Eve and there'd be a cool family that would let you go to their house and you'd pregame at their house, and the mom and the dad would be trying to keep it going, and you'd feel it for a little bit. You'd feel that good old-fashioned feeling of being drunk in the suburbs in America. It's a great feeling. Truly, it's one of the best feelings in life, is being drunk in the suburbs in America at a friend's home, in their backyard, smoking a weed. Yes, it'll make some people schizophrenic, the weed. But that is one of the greatest feelings you can have. But that feeling is less and less fun as you get older. And it gets sadder and sadder and sadder as you get older. And you get angrier and angrier as you get older. And then the people who get drunk in the suburbs at my age are scary. They're very scary. When they're really drunk in the suburbs at my age, they're usually not doing great. But when you come back from college the first time and you get to go back to your buddy's house, and then maybe some of the high school kids are there, and they're like, yo, what's that like? And I remember that, and I remember I was in community college, but I was still fun and people liked having me around. But I always felt because a good friend of mine ended up going to Cornell, this kid that I was friends with. He ended up going to Cornell, and I went nowhere. And I felt very insecure about that, as I should have, Well, the joke's on him now, because I'm the most important person in the world, actually. But I remember that, and I feel bad. Part of the reason people are losing their minds right now is the internet sucks. It's not good. Your wins are barely wins, and your L's are barely L's, meaning the lives that everybody has created on the internet are deeply unfulfilling lives. And even remembering simple things that you would do, with friends or whatever, these things that are so important to do in life, people don't even do them anymore. People don't do them. Everybody is being manipulated by algorithms and they're all going insane. But life's actually kind of simple. And it's not that complicated. And truly, one of the best things you can do when you're, I know everyone's nobody wants to drink anymore or do whatever. And I'm sober 15 years. I know that drinking can be fucked up. But one of the best things you can do as a young person is be drunk in the suburbs of this country with your friends. There's only a finite amount of time that you will get to live a silly life without responsibilities. And you should not totally get rid of that to become some political psycho or somebody who needs to make $1 billion in crypto tomorrow or looks max where you're smashing the bones in your jaw with a hammer. And that's what people are doing. They're smashing, and they're already hot. These people are already hot, and they're smashing bones with a hammer to make their face shape. And this is a bad life. If you're smashing your bones with a hammer to make your face, and you're already hot. Some of these guys, I go, you're already hot. What are you doing? If that's what you're doing, or if it's all politics, or if you are trying to be so rich and that's consuming your life, and you're not laughing with your friends, and you're not trying to meet someone, like these lives that people create, they suck. Truly, they're not good lives. You read about these people that are radicalized to one direction or the other. They're angry all the time, and they have all this purpose, and but none of it's to have any fun. So everybody's trying to get rich and change the world, but no one's having any fun. I have a lot of fun. I do. I try, even though sometimes it's hard because my phone is tapped and there's people trying to kill me. And by the way, and I was texting Candace this morning, you know how insulting it's going to be when I find out how much they paid for me to get killed? Nothing. They're transferring, she thinks her, and I believe her, she found something that they transferred 1.5 million somebody. I don't know what's going on, but you know they're going to Venmo somebody $60 to hit me in the head? You know how insane that's going to be? They're going to Venmo $60 for somebody to just come up and hit me in the head. But I still try to have fun. You do small things that are fun. You don't need to solve the world's problems. I love dupe. I'm telling you right now. Are you insane to not use dupe? I'm like, it's like big dupe. Dupe. Have you ever found the perfect couch or lamp online? Then the sticker shock reminds you it's out of reach of your budget? That's why I go to dupe. It's simple. Just type dupe / before any product URL, and dupe instantly shows you similar and more affordable alternatives. It's perfect for finding the best deals for holiday shopping. And these aren't sketchy knockoffs. The truth is, most products you see online, from furniture to fashion to gadgets, are mass-produced at the same factories. Honey, go to dupe. Oh, we can't afford it? What about dupe? Brands slap different labels on this crap. Dupe surfaces those same prices, pieces for way less. You're not overpaying. Honey, go to dupe. So what, your sister has the other thing. We'll get one on dupe. Your sister's a fool. She wants to spend all her husband's money. She's sick, your sister, honey. You know that. She's a bad person. And I'm sick of it. Just go to dupe. And here's the kicker. For a limited time, the first 10,000 people who go to dupe.com/Tim will get 500 dupe points instantly. Redeemable for gift cards. No catch. But spots are limited, so don't wait. That's dupe.com/Tim for 500 free dupe points today. Use your dupe points and gift cards to make the most of your holiday shopping. Go to dupe.com, folks, /Tim. Dupe.com. DUPE. Don't be a dope. Go to dupe. The thing with having friends and going out in real life, one of the reasons you want to do it is so that you can meet people you don't want to be like. Your friends have uncles. But my friend had this uncle. We called him Drunkle. He was a great guy. He had a chubby wife. They would drink and beat each other up. And he hung out with us all the time. And he was drunk and he was angry and he smoked. And there's a lot of great things about him. But we said we don't want to be him. He lived in this basement apartment. Him and his wife would get hammered and fall down. And as fun as it was, we said to ourselves, this is a problem. But they were very fun people. They were good people, and they took us in and let us, drink and use drugs in their home. But they just, there was a really, really fat guy once in a limo, and we went to a strip club, and this really, really fat guy was like, when I get in that club, I'm going to fucking tear it up. And then he just slept. He fell asleep because when you're that big, his body's working so hard to just stay alive. He fell asleep in the strip club. I'm sorry, in the limo before we got to the strip club. And then we all went outside to the limo, and he woke up on the way back to my friend's house where they were dropping everyone off. He had just slept the whole time in the limo, and he had never made it into the strip club. And we said to ourselves, that's tough. He was a good guy, but he was so big that his body was working so hard to just stay alive that he couldn't get into the strip club. He fell asleep in the limo. And we were in there a couple hours. He just slept in the limo. It's just this really, really, really big guy sleeping in the limo. And it's important for you to see things like that as a kid to go, I don't know if I want that. I don't want that as a life. Doesn't mean you're going to be perfect, but you go, I don't want that as a life. Like the drunk uncle would break up with the chick all the time. They'd have these screaming fights. She'd be banging on his door. They'd fight on the lawn. The neighbors would call the cops on him. And they were fun, but you would say, I can't live like that. Too much chaos. And that's why you need to go out. But I feel like that, I got to be honest, not to sound too dark, I just feel like that's not coming back. Like those real world experiences that are so important aren't coming back.